It's no secret for the last 2 years, Nvidia has been the undisputed king of the AI boom. The company dominates headlines. It dominates investor attention. It dominates market performance, and it's just about become the symbol of the AI revolution itself. But now something interesting is starting to happen on Wall Street. Investors are looking for the next phase of the AI trade. What's coming next? What does the future hold? And suddenly other chip companies are starting to look attractive again. Today, AMD surged sharply. It was up 8.2% as of this recording. Intel keeps its surprising comeback story coming. Who would have thought? But here it is. Intel was up 9.4% today and then dropped back like a lot of other stocks, probably because it's watching Nvidia too. Earnings report coming up. And Nvidia, still enormously powerful, it's recently been digesting gains, as you probably noticed, after one of the greatest runs in stock market history. It kind of sat and digested gains for a long time. I couldn't believe it was trading at 160 and 170 for the longest time. Is just sitting there. And all of this, all these contenders, all these different companies, this phase that they represent, this matters psychologically, you know, because eventually even the market's favorite stock, like Nvidia, can begin to feel crowded. And once that happens, investors start searching for the next opportunity, the next narrative, the next breakout, the next AI winner. And that's where things become really interesting. AMD is increasingly being viewed as a broad AI infrastructure play. Its data center business continues growing rapidly. It has an M1 450 AI accelerator that it's rolled out, and that is drawing a lot of attention. And after trailing Nvidia for so long, some investors are now wondering whether AMD still has more room to run. And then there's Intel, a company that many, if not most, investors had totally written off. And then suddenly Intel is back in the conversation. And Intel's turnaround story under CEO Lip-Bu Tan has gained a lot of momentum, and he's been CEO now for it's 14 months now. It was last March they put him in, and Intel's foundry ambitions are drawing attention. Its AI positioning is getting better and better, and reports involving possible moves around AI, an AI chip startup called Tenstorrent, have helped fuel the comeback narrative also. So emotionally, markets love comeback stories. It's like, oh yeah, you're back. Especially when investors feel they may have already missed Nvidia. And that's the key psychological emotional layer here. Because many investors, they look at Nvidia and they think, oh, I'm too late for that. It's expensive. A lot of people can't afford it. What, 225 right now a share? And whether that's true or not doesn't matter emotionally if anyone's too late or not too late. Because once people feel late to one trade, we start hunting aggressively for the next one. Okay, well, let that one go. Let me focus on these other things here. There's plenty of money to be made over here. Let that one go, and it'll drop. And when it drops, I'll take a look at it then. You know how that is. And what does this do? This creates capital rotation, and that may be part of what we're seeing right now. It's not a rejection of Nvidia, but it's a broadening of the AI trade itself. And that's probably actually pretty healthy, because when one company dominates investor psychology too much, markets can become unbalanced, and emotionally unbalanced too. Of course, I mean, it goes unsaid. Nvidia still remains incredibly powerful. All roads lead to Nvidia. Everybody knows that. Its AI dominance is, massive, enormous. Its infrastructure position is exceptional. And tonight's earnings report, maybe it may completely reset the narrative once again. But the larger story, I'm thinking, pull the camera back a little bit. The larger story may be this: that Wall Street may no longer be asking just, should I own Nvidia? Because it may now be increasingly asking, well, what's the next AI trade after Nvidia? What are we going to do after Nvidia? And that's a subtle shift in psychology and emotion, could become one of the most important market stories of 2026. I'll see you next time.